Happy day, YouTube. My name is John, and this is my channel, The Intermancer. You'll have to forgive me, but I believe my last episode was one of those where OBS didn't record my screen video, so I don't have a video for where I got Docker fully working and all of the UI interactions resolved. And it's unfortunate because I liked it. It was a decent video. I think if any of the 24 people who like to watch my videos, I think this is one that someone would have enjoyed. Unfortunately, it's not there, but the work was done. Docker is working, and the UI is talking to the back end, and everything is shiny and happy. The next step is going to be for me to start to move all of my repositories from in-memory repositories to database-backed repositories that use persistent data. So we'll expect the data to remain across restarts. We're going to do it in Docker still. And we'll have 3 Docker containers, one for the UI, one for the backend, and one for the database, and to get all of that talking together. But we're going to be doing it with AI. So let's start. I need to move all of the migrate the repositories from in-memory to database. Move this from build to plan. Been learning, keep it on plan until you're ready to pull the trigger. I want the database server to be in its own Docker container and for the data to be persistent across restarts. First, analyze the context files in gen AI context and suggest changes to that reflect this update. So hopefully it will keep its analysis just to the context files. It says it's analyzing the code base. I don't want it to analyze the whole code base. Not at this point. Taking a while, which implies it's probably sending everything. since this is a new chat, it's probably going to have to analyze all of the code again. Okay, a lot here. Okay, so it needs to add Spring Data JPA. Hmm. Hmm. Okay, so it's suggesting here to fully denormalize things. I want to store an organism in the some table as a JSON blob, but I want the scored organism table to have a foreign key. to the organism table. Good choice. Always a good choice. Whatever you choose. Okay, interesting. It has some reasoning here. First it says, we're just going to do this design with the scored organism not being a foreign key over to experiment, but by the end it says, you know what, we can make it a foreign key. Well, I told it to just focus on the context files, but it's got a plan for everything. Hello, this is John.
John, hi, Yogesh here.
Hello, Yogesh.
So, John, we have a good news that the client is considering you for another round, the final round.
Excellent.
So, yeah, you did perform well today. So, I told you, right, before the client interview, we internally will have an HR call.
Yes.
We call it an HR, but that will be within Mastex. I, Prateek, and then one another manager from Mastex will be on the call with you. What time works for you, John, tomorrow?
Whenever. Anytime tomorrow works fine.
Can we do 9 Central or 9:30 Central?
Sure, we can do 9:30 Central.
9:30, fine. I will send you an invite in like 1 hour. I am going home now. Okay, so I'll be leaving the office. As soon as I reach home, I'll send you an invite for 9:30 Central.
Okay, sounds good.
Okay, yeah. Thank you so much for your time, sir.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Unpause. So it went ahead and made a plan for all of the changes, even though I told it to stick with the context files. Okay, it needs some clarification. Okay, so it's saying that experiment currently stores live, which have these are runtime only objects. I would prefer to persist all experiments to the DB. At restart, we should mark all running experiments as canceled. Said again, would like to persist the experiment to the DB as soon as it is created, along with status. What? All right. Pause. Unpause. Why can't the behavior come from a database? Okay, so it's keeping the in-memory stuff so it can use it during tests. Okay. So let's go ahead and do it all. Go ahead and make all of these changes. This is probably going to take a while. Hmm. Wow, it caught. A little bit of a jump ahead because I got a call that I'll edit out. Get random from top percent, get random from bottom percent don't have experiment IDs. We'll need to add that. Okay. I noticed your comment that we don't need to keep those methods. They should be updated to include experiment ID. It's telling me everything had changed, but it does a lot to change, so we're just going to run the thing. And bring it up. Oh, gotta start up Docker. All right, everything should be going. Starts up fast. Start the experiment. So it's running, the experiment's running, but it's not updating the front end. So 36 minutes. A lot of changes. Not where it needs to be right now because the UI wasn't updating the experiment as it was running, and then the repositories page didn't update the status for the experiment. But I'm going to stop the video here, and actually let's go ahead and update README. Update. Is it all caps? I think it's all caps. README MD with a current bugs section. There are 2 items. And when an experiment is running, the front end is not updating the cycle count. The experiment status is not being updated, and after the experiment was completed, I checked the repositories page. The experiment was listed, but it had a running running status, 3 items. We need a button on every experiment to delete it from the delete it and all of its children from the repository. Okay, so it hadn't been checking on the README. All right, and I won't push this up to, or commit this or push it up to GitHub yet until we got everything working. Thank you for your time.